Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. Time to kick back, relax, talk music. Today, I want to chat about some new releases, including an album I was so looking forward to, but sadly, I found disappointing. But let's kick things off by drawing for the 3 winners in my Oob Cube Record Crate giveaway. So if you missed it, I did this video a couple weeks ago giving away 3 cubes. All you had to do is leave a comment on that video using the word Oob Cube. We're gonna draw here. Let's see how many entries we got. 482 entries. All right, let's pick the winner. We're gonna get 3 winners on this one. First winner is Mr. Goochoos. The Oob Cube seems to be the perfect solution for vinyl record stores. Congratulations, Mr. Goochoos. Goochoos? Goochoos. I dig the name, man. All right, next winner, we have Pedro. It's another good handle. Pedro. He writes Oob Cube on the YouTube. Congratulations, Pedro. And one more winner here. We have Andy Shacks. These Oob Cubes are so well designed and thought out. I love the way they stack and lock together. Great product. Awesome. Congratulations, Andy. So if the 3 of you could please shoot me an email, channel33rpm@gmail.com, and we'll figure the rest out. I need to hear from you by October 26th. If I don't, I will draw some names again. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you for everyone who entered, and a big shout out to the sponsor of the contest, Oob Cube. You can check them out at oobcube.com or search for Oob Cube on Amazon. All right, let's talk music. I always love doing those draws, by the way, but it's time to talk music. So first of all, I did a video a month or 2 back where I was talking about the albums I was excited to get this fall, and one of them was the new EP from Billy Idol called The Cage. At that point, I had heard the first single, the title track, The Cage. I pre-ordered it. I was super hyped. Then I had a chance last week to stream the EP in its entirety. There's 4 tracks, and I gotta say, unfortunately, I was disappointed by this album to the point where I canceled my pre-order. As I said, my expectations were high because I'd heard that first track, and then the EP that Billy put out last year called The Roadside. That was great, man. I think, as a matter of fact, I think I said that was my favorite release of 2021. But this one just didn't hold up. As I said, that first track was great, but the other 3 tracks were just kind of so-so. And here in Canada, the vinyl was selling on pre-order for $24, and the CD is like 15 or 16 bucks, which I thought was just too much for what I was getting. It was just too much. At $24 for the record, that works out to $6 a track, man. That's too much. I looked online. It's cheaper in the States. The CD sells for like $6 or $7, which is reasonable. But for what they're asking, I decided to skip this one. Again, which is too bad. It's not a horrible album. Again, Billy Idol's teamed up with Steve Stevens again. That's always awesome. And as I said, killer leadoff track, and the others are just kind of so-so. So if this ever goes on sale, I may buy it, but for now, I'm happy streaming it, and I do recommend The Cage for that purpose, right? It's down to that whole thing of, are albums vinyl worthy? And really, not every album is worth buying on vinyl, and for me anyway, this is one of them. Of course, you may have a completely different view, which is totally cool. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I gotta tell you about this band I just found out about. They're called Children of the Sun, and they are from Sweden. A big shout out to Chris from England. He told me about this band, and Chris is the host of a UK radio show called Raised on Rock, and it is on 10 Radio 105.3 FM. Chris sent me a message saying, man, you have to check out this album. He said he's been playing it on his show, and it is freaking great. So the album is called Roots. Again, it's from this band called Children of the Sun, released just this year, 2022. I gotta say, it's an excellent album. And the sound is really, it's hard for me to pinpoint the sound of these guys. I mean, it's certainly different. It's part Led Zeppelin, part Janis Joplin, part Jefferson Airplane, part Buffy St. Marie with a little bit of ABBA maybe thrown in there. It's just like classic rock, it's folk, and it's kind of poppy. The ABBA reference is probably more so due to the fact that there's a female singer, there's these huge vocal harmonies, and they have a slight Swedish accent, which reminds me of ABBA. I mean, it's not poppy in the ABBA sense, but those vocals kind of maybe sort of remind me of ABBA. Anyway, I don't have a physical copy of this record to show you yet. In my view, for myself, it is definitely vinyl worthy. I actually ordered a copy from the band's Bandcamp account, so it's coming to me. I think it's somewhere overseas, Germany or something. It's on its way to me, but a band definitely check out. Again, the album's called Roots, band Children of the Sun. Thank you very much, Chris, for letting me know about these guys. So here is an album I was excited to get, and I'm happy to report that it lived up to all my expectations. That is this. Live from the AstroTurf, Alice Cooper. Technically, this is a reissue. This was originally released on Record Store Day several years back. It was really limited. Now it's out on vinyl, CD, and on the streaming services. So again, if you're not familiar with this release, this is recorded at Good Records in Dallas, Texas, back in October 2015. And this live recording includes all the surviving members of the original Alice Cooper band. So that's Alice Cooper, of course, Neil Smith, Dennis Dunaway, Michael Bruce. And Ryan Roxie from Alice's solo band is filling in for Glenn. I almost hate to use this phrase, but this album is so good, and I think that's due in large part to the quote-unquote magic of having these original guys back on the stage together again. The original guys who toured America in the station wagon, who went through the trenches together, had a falling out, whatever else, and now they're back reunited playing a full set. Almost a full set. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 tracks on here, but one of them is from the sound check. Let me actually show you this record. So we got the cover, we got the gatefold, we got the back, and it comes with more than that. Here is the inner sleeve, press clippings. This is on colored vinyl. I believe they call this one apricot. I'm not sure. Comes with a booklet, and it's got some liner notes in here. It's got an essay. It's got recent pictures. It's got classic pictures. So really, really cool overall. And it comes with the DVD, and the DVD includes an hour-long documentary on this show, interviews with all the guys, all that stuff. I'm really digging it. That said, I do think there was some studio trickery involved in this. When I was watching, and maybe there's some other explanation, I don't know. But when I was watching the DVD, the first track is just Michael Bruce on vocals and just the 3 of them on the stage. Ryan Roxie is not there yet playing the second guitar, but they're playing and I can clearly hear 2 guitars, but there's only 3 guys, there's only 1 guitarist on stage, so that was kind of weird. And there's other parts where it seems like the background vocals were obviously enhanced. It's like during Elected, during the chorus, there's no one at the mic singing in a couple of clips, and then you can hear the vocals continue. So maybe that's a video editing thing. Maybe there was some studio trickery involved. I don't know. That doesn't take away from it for me. As I said, it's a great recording, and you can hear the band chatter, you can hear all sorts of stuff. And there's a relatively small venue, right? This is not a huge auditorium. This is like 200 people in a record store watching the original Alice Cooper band reunite, which is super, super cool in itself. Caught in a Dream with Michael Bruce actually sounds really, really good. Be My Lover is on here, sounds amazing. Is It My Body? No More Mr. Nice Guy, Under My Wheels. I mean, the tracks on here are all stone cold classics. So I can't say enough about this album. If you're an Alice Cooper fan, if you're a fan of 70s rock, if you've never heard the original Alice Cooper band, you have to check it out. It is a different beast in a sense as to what Alice Cooper later became. These guys were quirky, these guys were weird, these guys are just so cool. So I do recommend this album. If you have a chance, check it out live from the AstroTurf, Alice Cooper. All right, 33ers, there's my update, and there are some of my opinions on these albums. You may or may not agree with me. I'd love to hear your take in the comments below. I appreciate you watching. I will be back again probably in a couple of days. Till then, keep on spinning.